Wheelman, Frank Grillo, is the driver for a heist while his 13-year-old daughter is home alone. When the heist goes bad, he's got to try and stay alive, avoid multiple factions of the criminal underworld, the police, all while getting back to his daughter and keeping her safe. Now, here's the catch in all of this. The entire movie is shot from the perspective of the car. Literally 99% of the movie. There's 1 minute in the movie that's not in the car, which makes for a very cool, claustrophobic, tense cinematic experience in a movie that I thoroughly enjoyed. It's actually being made and produced for Netflix, which this is probably the best Netflix movie that I have seen thus far. I was actually at the world premiere at Fantastic Fest, which was a very cool experience because Joe Carnahan, Frank Grillo, the director, were all present. They did a Q&A and talked about it, and all in all, just a very cool movie experience. So let's talk about the good. Right off the bat, the movie rests entirely on the shoulders of Frank Grillo, because it's him in this car, just watching his expressions, watching what's happening, and him being able to sell the emotions, the fear, the anger, the paranoia, sell the fact that he's driving this car. It all rests on his shoulders. He's just perfect for this type of thing. I absolutely want to see him make so many more movies in this type of genre because he's so perfect for this type of movie. And you believe him as a father. You believe him as this guy that's out on parole. You believe him as this guy with a real dark side to him. Each one of those, you totally buy it. He sells all the different emotions, and the movie works because he works in this movie. And here's the reason I was excited for it, and he absolutely delivered on all of that. Then from there, you talk about the action in the movie. Now, it's not really an action movie. There's action in it, there's chases in it, but it's not just this all-out slam-bang action movie. But when the action happens, it is tense, and you feel all of it. Because you're in that car, and as it's driving, you get this sense of like, whoa, well, slow down, Betty. And I mean, when things hit other cars, when accidents happen, you just feel it. When someone shoots a bullet at the car, you jump in your seats. It's that type of movie that's just immersive because it's shot from that perspective. And in the one sense, you would think that it would get a little bit dull, but the movie's not too long, and it finds different ways to use this plot or storytelling device, and it submerges you just into the movie with brutal action, brutal perspectives on all of it. Then just as important as Frank Grillo is in front of the camera, you got to talk about the man behind the camera, Jeremy Rush. He wrote the script and he directed it. As best I can tell, this is his first movie, and it is impressive. It's one of those ones where you go, ooh, I want to see more of what this guy can do, because you got to think, he just crafted an exciting crime heist getaway thriller that's contained entirely to a car, and he pulls it off. I mean, just like I said, the action sequences are thrilling and exciting. When it gets into the third act, and even though this is a movie that doesn't have a huge cast, the stakes aren't gigantic, but you care about these characters that he's crafted and what's going to happen, and you're so paranoid about what could happen to him, to the car, to in any of the situations. Like, there's a sequence towards the very end of it, and I was like, oh man, is something else about to go down? And you're just breathing deeply as you're just kind of watching it, not knowing who you can trust. And that all is a credit to the script that he crafted, and then the way that he directed it, and then it's executed as well by Frank Grillo, and his amazing performance just made for a movie that I thoroughly, in my theater, thoroughly enjoyed. And there's also just a little bit of humor sprinkled on top of the whole thing. Just a little look here, a little quip there, just a little bit of humor to break the tension and put a little nice flavor on top of things. From there, let's talk about the bad. No big issues here. Just there's a couple of plot points and a couple things that happen, especially towards the third act, that felt like they only happened because of the plot device of telling everything from the perspective of the car. And to be able to do that and keep the rules of the movie, they cheated a couple plot points, I think, and there might have even been a little bit of practicality of not being able to put a third person in the car and pull things off the way they might have otherwise. It felt a little bit like that. That was really my only significant issue with the movie at all, or significant thing that I noticed about the movie. It wasn't even a big issue for me. All in all, I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. Very excited about what Frank Grillo and Joe Carnahan are doing with their production company. I'm excited to see what they're going to do next, and I'm excited for when this movie debuts on Netflix next month. Overall, I think I'm going to give this one a 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. This is my type of movie. I just enjoyed this kind of thing, and they pulled it off really nicely. Like I said, my only issue with it is fairly minor in the scheme of things, but but it's a thrilling movie. It's a unique film experience, and one that, if I'm being honest, I hope that you check out, and I really think that action fans are going to like it, and it's got a nice little twist on things. Very cool little movie. Anyway, how about you? Have you heard about it? Are you interested in it? Or are you interested in this whole production company from Joe Carnahan and Frank Grillo? Tell me your thoughts down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it, or if you're watching this in the future after it's come out, tell me your thoughts on the movie down below, because I don't want to just talk about movies, I want to talk about movies with you. So let's get a lively discussion going down below. And if you're new to my channel, please consider clicking that subscribe button. I do movie reviews, ranking videos, some TV reviews. All in all, I like to talk about movies and I like to have discussions with you guys. So leave a comment down below, click that like button, and thank you so much for watching.